You led me straight to the fall. I'm broken, I'm still trying, skin and bone.
Today starts WrestleMania 40, and you know, I was gonna make some sort of excuse that I wanted to do this video, but I was just generally way too busy to do any like video based around wrestling, reacting to anything. So we're just gonna predict WrestleMania. I've been seeing this all over TikTok for like all the events, so it's kind of like gonna give it a go. We're also gonna give it a score out of 5 of how excited I am, because I feel like this is something no one talks about. Is like, are they even like excited for the match? Do they even care? Starting off, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch Women's World Championship. I feel like this match is on the card because they know these are two big stars, and so it matters. But I felt like, because I should have paid attention more when, on the road to WrestleMania, I just feel like the build could have been better. And so I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. It's kind of like in the middle. And I'm predicting Becky Lynch will win. It's going to be a good match. I just think it's on the card just to kind of 2 big stars. And Becky Lynch getting the Women's Championship back. This is as a business decision. Big star, give it to her. Have her be the one to beat Rhea. And that will also matter to the next match, because I think Judgment Day will also lose the tag team belts. I think the Judgment Day is kind of just going to take a bunch of L's. I can see them breaking apart or doing some big change soon. And everyone's predicting like a bunch of things, like, will Motor City Machine Guns come in? Will the Dudley Boys come in? Will the Hardy Boys come in? And despite me wearing the t-shirt, I really hope they don't. They're not gonna last much longer in wrestling. They need to chill. They get injured in like normal singles matches. But I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 5, just because it's a ladder match. It has a bunch of exciting teams. I'm glad they didn't take A-Town Down Under out of it. And I just like cut DIY. I get what they're doing, and I get they're trying to build them, and they would do all the ladder fun stuff, but I don't know. I think Pretty Deadly would have been fun, but I think Awesome Truth is gonna win. I don't think any team would join the match. I think the only person we will see enter this match that isn't involved is Big E, and even that's a stretch. I think everyone's looking forward to way too much, and I don't see anything else like happening. I'm kind of confused here. I thought like Dragon Lee returned after like his visa issues to enter this match, but it's Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos and Dirty Dom. And I think this confirms even more what I think is gonna happen. I think Dirty Dom is gonna get the win. They're gonna build towards a feud with Rey and Dom. If Dragon Lee was in the match, I was gonna lean more towards them, because they're trying to build Dragon Lee. Even though Santos got the technical win over Rey, I still think he's gonna win. I think Andrade is gonna join the Judgment Day possibly. I know they've been kind of feuding a little bit. Will he join? Will he not? But I think he's gonna join, and I think that's gonna play a big impact that Andrade helped Dom win, and they are kind of like the only members of the team to get a win. And I definitely see Rey feuding with Dom out of this and give Santos a big win and move on to whatever they're gonna do with him. Oh, and I'm giving this match like 2. As much as I like everyone involved, I don't know, feels a bit rushed together. Jay versus Jimmy. I know sometimes the heel has to win, but I feel like this entire thing is building Jay as a big star, and he kind of is a much bigger star than Jimmy. So I don't see if he wins, if Jimmy wins, that is, like the entire build will kind of be pointless. Like, I get it will be shocking and you need heels to win, but I don't know. Like, I think it only makes sense to have Jimmy win, and honestly, quite excited about this. I'm gonna give this a 4 star. As excited as I want to be, I feel like in the last few months they could have picked it up a little bit. They tried to do a long-term storytelling, but like they did before with like the tag team title picture last year with Sammy, but I just don't think it worked as well. Bianca, Jade, Naomi versus Damage Control. I'm gonna give it 3 just because I want to see Jade wrestle. I mean, we did see her at the Rumble, but it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be a shorter match. Bianca, Jade, and Naomi are definitely gonna win. I want to say 3. 2.5. Why fucking not? Gunther versus Sammy. I get it. Everyone's rooting for Sammy to get his moment. I just don't see it. Like, Gunther was originally gonna face Brock at WrestleMania, and unless that wasn't for the title, I don't see it happening with Sammy beating him as much as fans want to see that. I think it would be a big moment. I think Sammy had his big moment last year. I think Gunther will lose the Intercontinental title, and that's gonna be my bold prediction. But I'll get to that in a second. I think for wrestling wise, this will be the best match of the night. I'm gonna give it a 4. It's gonna be great. Gunther's gonna win, but I think Gunther will get too cocky after, and I think some way, shape, or form, him versus Chad Gable will happen, and Chad Gable will take the title. That's my bold prediction. Probably not gonna happen. And the main event, the Bloodline versus Cody and Sammy. If Team Cody wins, Bloodline can interfere. If the Bloodline wins, then the Bloodline rules. And I think that's clear as day that the Bloodline is gonna win. Add a stipulation for the match. Add that they can interrupt. Add the chaos. Really put the odds against Cody before he wins. And I just don't think it would make sense to have Roman lose twice if they're gonna have him lose. Especially when you're also having The Rock lose. And like, that's his first match back. I'm sure he's gonna do another that where he will lose. So to have him lose once and then again, it doesn't make sense to me. I think the Bloodline definitely wins. Going to night 2, I think there will be some sort of random additional match at one point in the card that they've been doing the last few years. If they're gonna do it, I think it will be on this show, besides for the Chad Gable on the other night. And I'm gonna give this match at 5 stars. I just think it's, as much as it's been complicated build and a little weird at the beginning, it's been some of the highlights, like the Bloody Cody segments, The Rock. It's hard not to be excited. But for the announced matches so far, Seth versus Drew, I think Drew is going to win. I want to give this match a 4, but I still think they could have done better. But like, Seth was kind of like divided between him and Drew and the Bloodline storyline. But Drew has just been so like fun to watch, and I think he's gonna win. And I think Damian Priest will cash in. That might be the impromptu match of the night, but I think that's going to help the divide between the Judgment Day, where he technically does walk out with a title, but the Judgment Day doesn't, and they will break apart. Damian Priest is going to become a face. The Pride versus the Final Testament. 6-man Philadelphia street fight. I think there will be some fun aspects. I think I'm still going to give it a 2. I haven't been paying attention as much to this feud. I think the Pride will win, just to give good guys a victory. I think that would be like, I mean, I would like to see Karrion Kross win, but LA versus AJ, I think this one probably should have been a street fight, unless they're gonna do a rematch down the line. But I'm excited for this one. The feud has been great. It's gonna be a good wrestling match, possibly the best of the night. 2 good wrestlers. I'm giving this a 5. I know that's overblowing it, but I am just personally excited for this feud. And I think this is LA's moment. I think that's the reason it's on the card. I think that's the reason they gave it a big feud, is to give LA Knight a big moment. So I just think he's gonna win. Logan versus Randy versus Kevin. It's been an okay feud. I think Paul needed to be there more. But they did have some fun moments. I'm gonna give it a 3. And I think this is gonna be the moment that everyone gets mad at, because I think Logan's gonna win. It's gonna be some sort of like Randy hitting Kevin Owens on accident, so Logan can take the victory. I think that's why it's a triple threat, to have him escape one more time with the title. I think he'll lose next time he defends it, but I think it's gonna be the big heel moment of the night where Logan wins. Io versus Bayley. I think they've done really good with this feud off and on for a long time. I'm gonna give this one a 4. I think it's gonna be a good match, but it's just, I don't see it getting the attention as Becky versus Rhea Ripley will get. And even though this is kind of like the more real feud, like the long-term feud, but I think Bayley's gonna win. I think that's pretty set in stone. And the final match, Roman versus Cody. As much as I want to joke that Roman will win, I think some fans will be disappointed because I don't think there will be as many run-ins as people think. They've already taken a risk having Cody lose once, and like hoping that excitement won't die, and it has only increased significantly since then. So I don't think they can take that risk again. And I think Cody wins. I think that is what needs to happen. But let me know what you think and your predictions for WrestleMania. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you like videos like this, maybe I'll do more in the future. Until next time, have a good night.
I'm done with hitting your wall. Short notice, I just gotta let you know. You led me straight to the fall. I'm broken, I'm still trying, skin and bones. You lied.